Hey everyone, I'm Summer. Hope you're enjoying the Christmas period so far. So now that the year is coming to an end, I thought it'd be fun to celebrate the films that came out this year by making a video of my top 10 films of 2024. So at number 10 we have Smile 2. It's about a pop star called Sky Riley who's on her comeback tour, but things go wrong when she witnesses the death of one of her friends and starts being haunted by this dark entity. So if you don't know, Smile 2 is the sequel to Smile, which came out in 2022. I really like the first one, but I feel like the second one is like 10 times better, and it's just a perfect example of like a good sequel. Like I took everything that was good about the first one, then just multiplied it by 10, and still continued the story of the first film really well while still being like a great like standalone story. Like just like the first one, it had fantastic jump scares and a fantastic ending. This one also has a banging soundtrack. Like I'd really recommend listening to the music. So at number 9 we have Maxine, which is the third and final film in the X trilogy. But Maxine Minx, who finally gets her big break in Los Angeles, but her dream becomes a nightmare when a serial killer is hunting down the women of LA. So the X trilogy is like one of my favourite like horror franchises of all time. It's just so good. Like X and Pearl are absolutely fantastic films. While I feel like Maxine is probably like my third favourite out of all of them, I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I still absolutely loved it. I still think it was a really fun movie. Like the overall style was amazing, the kills and the horror elements were really well done, and Mia Goth's performance as Maxine was incredible. And overall, the film felt like a really good end to Maxine's story and to the X trilogy overall. So at number 8 we have Abigail, which is about a group of criminals who kidnap the 12-year-old daughter of a powerful figure, but things go wrong when they realise that their captive is a vampire and has now trapped them in a very dangerous game. So this film was made by the production company Radio Silence, which if you don't know have made films like Ready or Not as well as Scream 5 and 6, and their films have very quickly become like some of my favourite movies of all time. They're just such like fun horror movies. Like it's got like fantastic horror elements and great humour, so it's great for any like horror fan. And it's just like an absolute bloodbath with fun characters and performances. It's just such a fun watch. So at number 7 we have Sing Sing, which is about a guy called Divine G who's in prison for a crime he didn't commit, but he finds comfort in the prison theatre programme. This is like one of the most beautiful films I've seen in a long time. It's got some of the best performances I've ever seen, especially from Coleman Domingo, but also from the rest of the cast, many of whom are actually part of this theatre programme in real life. It's just a brilliant story that criticises a broken system while also emphasising the importance of art in people's lives. Number 6 we have The Holdovers. It tells the story of a teacher who stays at his boarding school to look after the kids with nowhere to go over Christmas, but ends up spending his holidays with a teenage troublemaker and a school cook who all develop an unlikely friendship. So I will absolutely be rewatching this over Christmas. It might become one of my like Christmas favourites. Like it's so cute and comforting. Everything about this was great. The writing, the aesthetics, the directing, but the performances by Paul Giamatti, Divine John Randolph and Dominic Sessa really make this movie as great as it is. If you're struggling to find a film to watch over Christmas, I would really recommend this one. At number 5 we have The Substance, which is about a celebrity who loses her job due to her age, so uses a black market drug to create a younger and better version of herself, but goes terribly wrong when the younger version starts abusing the balance. So this film was absolutely incredible. It's a terrifying body horror with an incredible message about the beauty standards women face. Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley did amazing. Coralie Fargeau, hope I pronounced that right, did an incredible job writing and directing this masterpiece. Seriously, there's so much I can say about this film. It is so batshit insane in like the best way possible. If I went into detail, I'd be here all day. Seriously, please go watch it so you can see how cool it is. At number 4 we have Longlegs, which is about an FBI agent who has to hunt down a terrifying killer with connections to the occult. This film had quite mixed opinions when it came out. A lot of people I spoke to really liked it and a lot of people didn't really like it. I personally loved it. It's so incredibly made, it's so creepy and psychologically terrifying, it's got such cool aesthetics, and it's got a really cool, unique and interesting story. I'd recommend giving it a watch. So at number 3 we have It's What's Inside, which is about a pre-wedding party that turns into chaos when a group of old college friends decide to play a game that involves body swapping. So with this movie I'm on a mission to bully all my friends to watch it. It's just so fun. It has some of the greatest editing I've seen in a long time, fantastic performances. The overall premise is so original and cool. It's really complex but it doesn't like dumb it down, talk down to the audience. It's just a fun watch and it's on Netflix, easy watch. I wouldn't recommend it enough. So at number two we have I Saw the TV Glow, which is about a young boy named Owen who's introduced to the TV show The Pink Opaque by his classmate Maddie as reality slowly starts to crack as fiction and reality begin to merge together. So I feel like this film for me is like tied with number one. I love it like so much. It's so incredibly made with stunning visuals, great music, and fantastic performances. It also told an incredible story about queer and trans experiences. It is just absolutely stunning and beautiful, but also horrifying at the same time. Seriously, if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. And at number one, we have Lisa Frankenstein, which is about a misunderstood teenager in 1989 and a reanimated Victorian corpse who embark on a murderous journey together to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts. So this movie was like the most made for me thing I've ever seen. I absolutely love 80s cult classics. This film genuinely felt like a cult classic from the 80s with the like ridiculous and fun in a good way, like plot, as well as the overall style. It genuinely felt like a movie from the 80s. Like I'm also obsessed with Frankenstein and any Frankenstein film adaptations, and this film felt like such an incredible adaptation of Frankenstein that really took the story and put its own twist on it. Catherine Newton did amazingly. She was also an Abigail. Hopefully she'll become a modern scream queen. I generally feel like this is one of my favourite films of all time. It's campy, it's fun, and I had an amazing time. Well, that's my top 10 films of the year. I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble on about films for a little bit. Let me know what your favourite films this year were in the comments. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas. Bye!